The title is right. The thumbnail is right. Indeed, this is not clickbait, and I'm going to tell you in this video, along with my beautiful friend, Dr. D's, why so many of you are actually wrong. This doesn't mean everyone's going to be forever wrong. These things don't need to stay this way, but where we're at now, Watch of Realms is in a tough spot. And also, D's, do you mind if I rant for 2 seconds, then we'll get into it?
Go ahead.
All right, we're going to talk about this video you posted 2 days ago, which I really liked. Where is it? The fun meter video. And then the video I posted this morning, I just want to touch on it for 2 seconds. I got not that many comments, but a handful of comments saying this is clickbait. This entire video featuring the amazing prospector was literally saying war is dying, it's on a decline, and can the second anniversary save Watch of Realms? That was all we talked about in the video. So just because you don't like something or the thing's not getting to a conclusion, like are we answering the question is war dying, it's dead? No, we're saying yes, it is dying. That doesn't mean there's no turning back. And that's kind of why I wanted to bring you in. I really believe if you don't think the game is dying, you're wrong. That doesn't mean the game is never going to be on the upswing again and it's all over. But as things stand right now, analytically, it's pointing down. It's as simple as that. I hope to high heavens this is not going to continue. I'm not even saying I think it will, but if it continues this trajectory, Moonton's so good at listening to us, but if they don't, continue to make their own smart decisions and turn things around, I do think eventually, not soon, but eventually it will happen. It's hard for these games to exist years, and that's where we stand right now. So I'm not trying to say anyone's stupid or anyone's foolish, but I'm saying, I think if you don't think the game's on a death spiral, even if it's a slow one, I think you're wrong. So shall we get into it?
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Thanks for having me on.
Always a pleasure, my man. It's good. This is the first time we've talked in DMs and stuff. We talked on the phone a little bit. This is the first time we've been on camera together since that amazing Taya championship, huh?
Oh, yeah. That was an amazing day.
Yeah. A lot of people probably don't know what we're talking about, and that is a good thing. It's unbelievable how that was just swept under the rug. Anyway, maybe someone will explain it to others in the comments. But actually, let's zoom out so people can see the title of this. You posted this video, which I actually was just telling you before we started. Here, it looks like I didn't watch the whole thing, but I promise, watch the video with Prospector that I did over here. You'll see I showed that video as well in this video, and I must have because I started watching it again before we filmed today. I really like this video. I thought you had a very calm but like steadfast opinion on what's going on in the game, at least in the way you perceive it. In the video I made, I kind of got into like Google Trends and actual analytics and checking in on creators like you and other creators that may have quit the game or are thinking about quitting the game or maybe never formally did, but clearly haven't posted in forever, But I really I wanted to bring you on, not just Prospector like we did in our video, because you kind of got into like, what is the Dr. D's player experience, content creator experience, community leader experience in this game. You're someone that makes really good content. I don't think that's like complimenting to you to say, it's just true. And then it also compliment, but yeah.
Thank you.
But on top of that, you've been someone that's really built a community, I'd say in 2025. Wouldn't you say that's kind of like, you kind of had a big come up? You've been covering Watch of Realms for a lot, but I'd say you've really gone into the more daily stuff. But lately, I want to hand it over to you right now. You kind of feel like maybe it's time to take a step back. And I think this is a good example of a bigger thing going on. Not saying the sky's falling, but I don't know. Where do you stand on that?
Yeah, thank you for the kind words. That's the first thing. But I do agree with you. 2025, Dr. D's, the community, it's been growing a lot. And, like I mentioned in my last video, I feel like, first off, Watcher of Realms as a whole, it's a really good game. It's a free-to-play friendly game. I think that's what makes it so good. That's what makes it to where people absolutely love this game and they start playing it and they're like, oh, okay, this game's kind of cool, especially because, if I want to be free-to-play, I can, and I could still have a good account and clear content. But then over time, they've come out with all these new stages, and I like to do takeovers, and it's just, to me, it's like, I was already feeling a little burnt out on the game as a whole, but then to me, it was just feeling to the point where, people's asking me for stage takeovers for stage 23, stage 24 on gear raids. And that's what everyone needs help with. And I'm like, honestly, I can't do it unless you have the right heroes and you got to have the right gear. It's I know some people, they don't wholeheartedly agree with everything I said, which is fine. Everybody's going to have their own opinions. But for me as a content creator, I want to be able to do takeovers with different types of strategies, not just having, hey, do you have this hero? Okay, then we can't do it. That's just me. And then it kind of took kind of took my burnout to the max level. I think stepping back from content has helped out. Like, I'm hoping the anniversary can help revive my fun, and I'm like, let's go, let's do Watcher Realms, let's bang all this out. I'm having fun again. So I guess we shall see.
Yeah, I think insanely well said. And I would suggest everyone watch your video. I'll make sure to link that in the description, along with your channel in the description, the top and comment. But like, yeah, you said it really concisely there, and then the depth you dive into all those points in your video is really good. But I think what maybe the disconnect with some viewers, because a lot of viewers I saw in your comments like totally got what you were saying, but some people really didn't. And I think it's because I really connected with it because you talked about takeovers, and people are like, that's this weird content creator thing. But to me, and I think what you were expressing is like takeovers are like two major things. It keeps the game fresh, and it's like a community experience. It's a way to like continue problem solving. You're doing it with someone else, no takeovers. I mean, sometimes there's like, oh, let me hop on and just beat it. But usually it's like, well, where are you at? This and this. And there's that back and forth, which as a creator, but also just a player of this game and someone that likes the game and talking to people who likes the game, as I'm sure that's the case with you. And then also it's like, yeah, like when you've got a big account like we do and you've beaten everything or almost everything, the takeovers are like little moments for new problem solving and like new fresh things. And what's happened with the new content, and it's like not saying the game's over, but this is stuff that I believe is killing the game. And then if you watch my video, the Google Trends show, it's a line downward. It goes like this, right? Like it's just going down. And that's just compared to this year. 24 was way bigger than 2025 so far, right? So it's just the truth. We don't want, right? You don't want it to die. I don't want it to die, right? Like we're not saying that.
Correct.
It's just the reality of where we are. And it's like when you get content, it used to be like you're saying, like 121. If you get a Dr. D's on your account, you're either going to beat it or tell people the actual reasonable steps they could do to beat it. Where we're at now, 123, it's like, go pull Beelzebub, dude. Go get a Magda. It's very hero gated, right? I mean, so I think that kind of is the difference. Like you described this as such a cool free to play game, but when you say like with this content, it becomes so narrow and hero gated, it becomes pay to win. Even if there's a way to do it, well, yeah, you could grind the gear free to play, blah blah. But if you don't have that really cracked out Allura, probably multi awakening, if you haven't been able to dominate arena for so long, this and this, and then some of these key heroes that you just could be missing, like a Magda for Gear Aid 1 or Aelin for Gear Aid 2, Sadie, I mean, even if they're not like rare, you could be missing them, and then it becomes hero gated, right? It becomes pay to win inherently.
Absolutely. Whenever someone of the community, especially someone that's always supported the channel, I talk to, they'll DM me and stuff. Whenever they say, ADs, I'm leaving the game, stuff like that, it does. And the first thing I ask them is, why? Why are you leaving the game? And I've had so many people tell me that they're leaving the game because these new stages are just ridiculously hard. Like one guy told me, I'm an in-game player, he said, and I got an in-game account and I can't beat these stages.
So, go ahead. I was Prospector can't beat 123. Prospector's like top 20 in global on freaking APOC. But he doesn't have Magda, and like he can't beat it.
Ridiculous.
It's just ridiculous. So yeah, I think you said that really well. And it's like, what the other thing is, and I wish I touched on that in the other video. So that's why it's great to have you here to talk about it now, is like, I'm sure you get it you do a lot of good summons videos. People are like, oh, banners are rigged. Why even bother? Right. Yeah. And then they do have the new change, which it's not going to be a clean solution, but it's clearly an enormous step in the right direction. It's just going to be generally a better experience. But people were not complaining like this 6 months ago, and certainly not a year ago. The rates were just as bad. Actually, they were worse, right? Like we used to have 10x and then 15x. Granted, the pool was a little lighter, but they didn't all of a sudden get way worse. What happened was people became, in my opinion, now I want to hear what you think, I think people became way more acutely aware and sensitive to missing because you started needing heroes so much harder. Because it's like, oh, if you pull on Aelin and don't get Aelin, you're like, well, there freaking goes my Abyss and Gear A too. Like it no longer feels like, dang, she would have been nice, but now I'll find another way. It's like, no, like get fucked. It's like get lost. Wait for the next one. Like pray, spend.
I mean, you hit the hammer on the head. Definitely been noticing a lot more complaints lately, which is not a good thing. We definitely, it's going to happen. It's bound to happen. Any gacha game will have complaints along the way. But like you said, I've been noticing a lot more as of late than previously, right? Especially with the summons, especially because, like you said, everything's hero gated, right? The new stages anyway. This is something else that I think that is absolutely ridiculous and kind of annoying. The fact that Lady Alex cost so much, and they made it to where she's so like, if you don't have Lady Alex, more than likely you will not get Gear Raid 3 Stage 24 done. And the fact that she cost 40,000, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. They made her costs so high. I know that there's a lot of people that have her. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say a lot, but there are guys that, that was in Overlord and they always battled in Overlord and they ended up getting her. But for the people that don't get the Overlord, I know they made it to where Plat 3, I think it's Plat 3, you can actually get Apex coins, but it's not that much. You're still going to need to grind it, and until you finally can save up enough Apex coins to finally get her. And it's a little, I don't know. I feel like that's another thing that kind of like wasn't cool.
Totally.
Just my opinion on it. Yeah.
Totally. And I want to take one moment because the theme of this video, and I do want to come back to that theme, is that like a lot of you guys, maybe you that I'm pointing at, you're wrong. And I want to touch on that. But also, Deez, I think you're wrong with something here. I don't think it's possible to beat it without Lady Alex unless there's something I've missed. I don't think you can beat. I think it's not. You like, it's almost impossible. I think it's like, I don't know. Have you ever seen a comp with that for 324?
I have not.
I've never seen one. 323 you can get a little creative. 324 I really don't think you can. I mean, this is so unimaginative. Like it's like it's basically like
same lineup all the way up.
Yeah, it's like some have Leia, some have Ymerit, like some do a Volca cycle, but like the key 6 units are exactly the same. Maybe you flop between Kai and Nyx. But yeah, to like again, not be rude, but like I just want to prove a point. Like a lot of people are wrong. Like to call a game dying does not mean the game all is lost, right? Some people get cancer and then they're in remission. Like you can cure things. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's malignant and that sucks. But it's like maybe that's the game is going to keep going down. But maybe, I don't know why I'm on a very dark cancer metaphor, but like maybe you shine the right chemo on it and then the game gets healthy and the next thing you know, it's running a marathon, right? That's all I'm trying to say. So two things can be true. Yeah, 2 things or maybe even 3 things can be true. Like you can love the game can be dying, and the game can still be amazing in the future, right? It's not over. Yep. Like this is Ken the 2nd anniversary Save Watch Realm. So I do want to end on a happy note with that, but I really wanted to make that point. Like that's going to take a while for these games, but if those numbers go down long enough, it doesn't come back. If you have a downward swing for a year plus in a live service mobile gacha, like you're not getting a kiss from gacha Jesus and rising again like freaking Lazarus. It's not happening, right? Like kind of a rant and a rave there. Should we take this thing home?
Let's take it home.
Yeah. I don't know. It bothers me calling something a clickbait if it's exactly what you click on. Just because you had a different expectation. It's what the freaking title says. That's why we put the title. That's why we do the words. Anyway, Deez, let's talk about how this game can turn it back around, okay? Like the 2nd anniversary could be a home run, right? Like it could. Or even better, it could be the start of a home run, right? Like it could be like the start of a rally. Like that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see this be great and the momentum moving forward. I mean, what are you picturing in your head that's going to make you re-fall in love with the game and get back to daily D's? What's going to get the D's army going?
I see. This is thing. I honestly don't have the answer for that. I have been feeling burnt out for a while. Okay. I feel like there's stuff that the game can do to make it, I don't know. I'm hoping the anniversary like makes it, especially with these tactician units coming in, it just really changes some things around. But I think also me personally, I was just pumping out content, just trying to do it all the time, all the while working a full-time job. So I think that didn't do me any favors, right? So I think just taking a little break and coming back. I mean, I'm still going to post content, but I think just slowing down a little bit will definitely help refresh my mind. But the game as a whole, I just don't want to see players leaving because they are saying that the new stages are too hard. I've seen too many of that, and it's something that it bothers me, especially when it's longtime supporters of the channel. Like it's like if we could get that to stop, that would be amazing. So
That'd be great.
More, yeah. You know what I mean, right?
Exactly. I mean, you said so many good things there. Again, I just also want to say I think every single one of these teams is identical to my knowledge. The only thing that changes is the Esotericist Legendary Lord. I'm pretty sure. Yep. Every single team without it, there's nothing else. Every team is these Esotericists plus Ymerit. I guess this team has Leia. But that's basically it. That's unbelievable. No, but you're saying about people leaving. The other thing is people are like, someone made a comment on my video this morning. This will be coming out the next day. But so my video yesterday, people want to go see the one with Prospector, and they were like,
all these people said there were no endgame content, and now there's endgame content, and now you say it's too hard.
That's not real. Like, yes, it technically is endgame content. The problem is not it's too hard. It exists as something currently impossible. If you don't have Aelin, you are not going to succeed in Abyss 1. Full end of sentence, no discussion, right? It's not like, well, you can chip away at it and you'll improve and wait till you get your gear going, honey. It's like, no, you don't have Aelin. They refuse to add another AoE healer, right? She's the only one. Get lost. That's what the game's kind of saying. I want to give an example, and I think this would probably be a good note to end it on for me, and then we'll throw the ball back to your court. I want to hear what you think of this. Last year, the anniversary, the big drop, the big hype. There were a lot of things, but the big hype was APOC. Samra was coming, Guild Boss 2 was coming. We'd wanted it, and it was good when it came out. There were weirdnesses, it was really hard, but no one said, I mean, I shouldn't say no one. I'm sure someone always says something. Most people were not saying it's too hard. They were like, wow, how are we going to solve this? What's going on? They got to add Dispel this and this and this, but like, not like, oh, this content's useless, blah, blah, blah. I want to quit, right? Why is that? It's because, let's think about when Samra first came out. It was the Praetor show. It was like, oh, you can't run Arbiter. Good luck getting 120. It wasn't, you'll never get a 120. Good luck. Look where we're at now. No Arbiter. Oh, sorry. Let's go here. No Arbiter. There's an Arbiter. No Arbiter. There's an Arbiter. It's a beautiful mix of so many different factions and so many different solutions. Granted, enough's come into the game. We got the Forge around this time too. People have better gear. We have all these exclusives. Like, I get it. Like, the game has grown. This has just inherently become easier. But it always was the case that you could beat this handily. Like, once you got the gear ready, and like, as someone who had the gear pretty fast, it's like, yeah, we had a Dispel issue, but they quickly gave us Kagiri. It also was, Lucius came out right at the time, so we knew that was something they were thinking about. And always there were going to be other solutions. It was Arbiter and Nightmare was everything, but people from the beginning, someone's like, oh, let me do it with Northerner, and people did it. Right now, it's not a thing. That's Abyss 60. It's not a thing. So it's like, it's such a narrow, less creative path, right? And kind of the new mechanics they're introducing aren't like, oh, like for Samurai was exciting. It was like, this you need crowd control, and this you need some kind of damage break, and you need a damage reduction so the incoming damage is lower, and you need some kind of support damage reduction. Oh, and then that one you need cleanse, and it was unlocking on these characters. The new stuff is like, you got to hit real hard, and they're going to hit you real hard, so try not to get hit as hard. Like, that's what Abyss feels like to me. What do you think about all that? Because I just feel like the proof's kind of in the pudding, right? Like, this was better content.
I mean, I completely agree. With Semra, that was a fun stage. When Semra first came out, it was like, okay, I just reached a 30K marker. Now let me try and reach 45. Let me try and reach 60. Let me get to that 120K marker. And eventually I got there. But I knew in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm going to get there.
Exactly.
With the Abyss, I'm like, yeah. Like, with Abyss, it's completely different.
Like, you might not get there. Especially if you're like, I'm lucky to have most of the characters. It's just I'm waiting to use soul stones and stuff. So then it's like, can I really get the gear and the strat dialed in? But for most players, if you don't have like all the key characters, it's just like, I'm gambling again this weekend, and we do a little like, there's nothing more to it. I mean, the last thing I'll say about Abyss is 5K. If you don't have the right characters, like, yes, if you have amazing gear, you'll get your 5K. But if you don't have the right characters and you don't have god tier gear, you're not even going to get the 5K. We're here, at least the 8K was always so doable.
It's rewarding. Like, it's rewarding.
So you've at least taken the one step, and I think that's kind of where I want to leave it, Deez. It's always so good having you on. Any final thoughts for the people, for my viewers, and certainly the Deez Army? What do you think?
I just wanted to say thank you for having me on. Hey, you definitely hit a lot of key points, and I honestly wanted to make a video touching back up on this. So I think it was good that I got to do it with you. So hey, thanks for having me on. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, man, anytime. It's always the best. And yeah, guys, definitely let us know your thoughts. And like, please know, like, we're not just like, obviously we love a click, we love a view, but that's not like all we love this game. Like, we don't want this game to fail. Like, you want to fall back in love with the game, right? You don't want to like lose the D's fire. Like, I feel the same way. And I think people are cynical, and I wish they were a little less. Like, this is coming from a good place. Like, we want you guys to have fun. We want to have fun.
We want Watcher of Realms to thrive.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have been Fastidious. This is Dr. Dees. Like I do with all my guests, his links will be in the description and the top pinned comment. Definitely go check him out. Definitely go watch that video. It's super good. And thank you. Appreciate it. We'll see you real soon. Share with your mother. Goodbye.
Fastidious.